Germany's original plan for World War I was to quickly go through Belgium, take Paris, and then move on to Russia. But France was ready to defend itself. After the Franco-Prussian War, it had been gearing up for something like this. They were waiting for war. And this just so happens to be the weapons that the French army used. Now, the French army, if we look at it today, they were a joke. But if there are any French people watching, I am sorry. But their weapons were even more of a joke. So, let us move on to the standard issue rifles. Now, I say rifles because there were more than one. So, we have the Berthier rifle, which was the modern French standard issue rifle, but then you also had the Lebel 1886, the first smokeless powder rifle, but also a complete and utter joke. Whose idea was it to put a tubular magazine into a bolt action rifle? Probably some French nutter. But anyway, the Berthier and Lebel did perform good in the trench environments. The Berthier more than the Lebel, but the Berthier was in smaller numbers. So, what did they use to compensate for this lack of rifle? They used machine guns, such as the Hotchkiss mounted machine gun. The French wanted something different than the Maxim gun, so they invented their own heavy machine gun, which just so happens to be the Hotchkiss machine gun. Now, it is an air-cooled barrel, along with the 5 Tauruses on the barrel to give it that extra bit of cooling power. But the French also made a handheld version of this, called the Bene Merci. Now, both of these used 30-round stripped clips. Now, they are clips. I'll probably go into a history video on firearms and explain the difference. But these would perform not very well in trenches because they would get clogged up with dirt and mud. Then they would jam the firing mechanism, which then in turn would make that machine gun out of use. But it was still better than a machine gun which came out during World War I, which just so happened to be the Showshell light machine gun. If you show me this and then said which one's more of a joke and show me something else, I would definitely say the Showshell. It was a good rifle, but the one very, very, very big drawback it had was its open 20-round half crescent moon magazine. Oh, I'm sorry, but that thing would just jam up within 4 rounds. I've seen it happen. It's not pretty. But the Showshot, it was prone to jamming, clogged up with dirt. Sometimes it would misfire. Sometimes it wouldn't even load the bullet correctly. If it was, say, the Napoleonic Wars that this came out, I would understand that it would be alright. But World War I, oh my god, hold on a minute. Right. Finally, something else. One other weapon that was a very, very big prototype and a very big gamble for the French army was the RSC. Now, the RSC used the same 8mm Lebel cartridge as the Showshot and the Lebel, but it used them in 5-round stripper clips through the underbarrel. I'll probably put a video of someone reloading the RSC. but it was probably better than the Lebel and the Showshell combined. So that is the French weapons of World War One. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. Subscribe if you do not want to miss a history video on this channel. And I will see you next time for one of the weirdest stories of World War One.